This program and its contents are designed for information and educational purposes only. This program does not render medical advice or professional services and is not intended to be a substitute for professional care. The information provided here should not be used for the purposes of diagnosing or treating a medical or psychiatric condition. If you have or suspect you may have a health problem, consult your healthcare provider.
Hi, welcome to Positive Momentum, and we're back with Momo, and we're going to talk about personal growth, creative discovery, which was basically what we were talking about a few minutes ago. We were discussing the empowering ourselves and how when we change, everyone else has to change. And one of the things we were just discussing during our break was how this would be really great being put in the mainstream, especially in the U.S., at least where every place I've been, it's taboo to be in touch with your feelings or, just suck it up or deal with it.
I think it's in general in a lot of countries, but yeah, for me, and one of the reasons that I put in our webpage, personal growth, is because when you say the word therapy, the people is going back. But therapy is personal growth. We need this. We need to be in touch with ourselves, what is happening, if you don't know what are you feeling, you cannot change nothing.
Right.
We are always living here on the top of our head, and we are not in contact with our body. Our body is telling us how really you feel, how is the truth, how you feeling. Sometimes we have, for example, a big problem, and we are in our mind trying to find a solution, or being angry, or whatever is the feeling that is coming. But if I go to my body, it's possible this anger is not so big how I thought, for example.
Okay.
That means, for me, that all the answers is always in your body, but we live here.
So with like your abilities and your skills, you can help us learn to live more whole body experience versus just living.
In our body we have all the information of all our lives.
Right.
You can remember all your stuff with having been in your body and how you are feeling. For example, with NLP, neuro-linguistic program, we can heal some of your problems only with your feeling.
Oh.
With the sensation of your feeling. It's like whatever is happening or whatever is the problem, I go to your body, is how are you feeling now and where do you feel this? And with the sensation of your body, we can heal all the stuff that's happening in your past.
Wow.
That means if we are not in contact with this body and our feelings, sometimes it's so difficult to heal. Because the mind is controlling us in one sense.
Right. So allow me to make sure I understand this. This is great stuff, because one of the things, I deal with a lot of anxiety, and I work with people with anxiety and fears, and one of the things I try to tell them is our thoughts aren't something we do to ourselves, it's something we are having done to us. It's being, and that sounds kind of harsh, but one of the things I say is, okay, envision yourself a pebble on the bottom of a stream. Your thoughts are the water. And if the thoughts, start swirling, have a fish come eat them. Do whatever you have to do to be able to let the thoughts just go. They're not who you are. They don't.
This is meditation,
Okay.
It's like during the meditation, you try to stop your mind. And one of the easy things is like put your attention and be present with your breath, how the air is coming in and coming out. And in this case, your mind is occupied with following the breath. That means don't have time for think.
Right.
This is one of the reasons of meditation. It's like stopping this, and in this case, we can be with ourselves.
Yeah, so if we are getting out of our head by like you said, paying attention to our breathing, doing breath work, the mind is occupied, so the sensations can be elsewhere.
Yeah.
And maybe we're in tune. Maybe we'll get an intuitive message.
And it's the same with hypnosis.
Yes.
There is so much said with hypnosis that you are touching the leg of the client or whatever, and the mind is being attent and present with the pressure that I am doing them. And in this case, we can work with your subconscious.
Right. We're
because the mind is occupied in other stuff.
Yeah, and we need to be able to. One of the things I do when one of the things I say when I'm talking about hypnosis myself, I am a certified hypnotherapist as well. And one of the things I say is what we're doing is we're keeping those little guards at the mind's gate busy, because they're going to go, I don't care what we got to do, but it's going to be work. I don't want to do it. Or we're just, let's think about this. Let's think about this, and we don't get in touch with what we need to be in touch with, so we can have the best life we want to have.
Yeah, for me, hypnosis, when you are with, the idea is to be with your subconscious. That for me, it's to be with my inner healer, it's to be with my soul, it's to be in my center. You can call whatever you want, with your inner child. And this is the part of us that have the, how can I call this, have the real, have the through what is happening in our life.
Okay.
More than the mind.
It's being present. It's truly being in the experience instead of just, we don't want to be a talking head, and that's how that's all we do is we think, and we let these thoughts gather momentum.
Do you remember with family constellations that when you was being the representative of someone, I always told you, be in your body, how are you feeling here?
Right.
Don't think about the problem of the client. It's like a be in your body, and in this way, the information is coming.
Right, and with that, I remember well, there was times I felt very emotional.
Yeah.
And yes, it's okay to be emotional. It's not a power play, okay, I'm crying because I want to get my way. No, you're crying because it's a body's response to something.
Yep.
And these tears are cleansing, and there is proven to be a chemical response to the tears that is a cleansing, and it's changing the chemical composition of your body. So we have to, we can't keep stuffing. We just can't, because what we're doing is we're destroying our own lives.
I think the society or the culture is teaching us that the feelings or the emotions are not good, because if you are angry, you cannot be angry. If you are sad, you cannot be sad.
Right.
If you are anxious, you cannot be anxious. And for me, I need to be angry sometimes, because the anger is giving me the energy to make the next step. Or being sad is possible. I need to be in my sofa with a blanket, and for me the sadness is this blanket taking care of me for a moment, because I need a space that is more quiet. And if we watch the emotions in this way, they are teaching us. And we don't want this teaching and putting away, And
I get it, because one of the things I say is honor your feelings. Whatever you're feeling, be in that moment. Don't move in and just don't unpack and live there. It's like, okay, understand what it is. Okay, what am I trying to learn from this? What is it trying to tell me? What do I have to pay attention to? Is that kind of what you're...
If you put attention in the kids, for me, they are big teachers. When they are angry and you try to stop them, don't be angry, it's worse, but if you leave them 5 minutes, okay, take the pillow and push the pillow, or beat the pillow, or do whatever you want. In 5 minutes, they are done, and they're happy, and it's like, what is the next step,
Exactly.
And being an adult, we are stopping this. That means it's not going away of our feelings or our body. That means we are carrying all these emotions. And the kids are putting away the emotions, and it's so much easy. Now we are free for the next step. If not, we are holding all these emotions that we don't put away, we don't put outside. Like, I'm angry, I cannot be angry, and I am holding this. And the kids, if you leave 5 minutes or 5 minutes of sadness or anger, it's like it's done.
And that's wonderful, because if we teach our children and we honor ourselves and then we teach our children,
Like
it's
allow
okay.
them to feel whatever they
Yes.
are feeling. And it's 5 minutes and after it's done.
Yeah, and then we don't have to worry about them dealing with it again and again
In the
and
future,
again and
when we are an
again.
adult,
Right.
carrying all this stuff. Yeah.
Because if you don't act it out, it's going to find a way to manifest itself somewhere else.
Yeah.
It just will. Whether it's anxiety because of the fact that we weren't able to honor. And I want to touch on that just for a brief moment, because I just had an experience recently that I got really upset about something, and I was just anxious, and come to find out I wasn't honoring what I felt. And being the fact that once I realized what it was I needed to do for me, the anxiety subsided, and I was able to then manage everything from that point.
And if you don't allow to these feelings coming, you cannot have the comprehension, the comprehension or understanding that what is happening.
Right.
That means we cannot go forward. We are stuck always in the same place.
Okay, and we're going to come right back, and we're going to
Okay.
kind of finish this conversation.
Okay.
This was wonderful. I think it was very powerful, and it's something we all can use and to have a better life. Thank you, and we'll be right back.